Good Monday morning, and welcome to Ice Age TV, the internal combustion engine age YouTube channel that talks about all my cars and trucks and motorcycles and SUVs, the dogs, the weather, the opinions, the car shows, the car purchases, the motorcycle purchases, life, the challenges. Hey, good Monday morning there for everybody that watches my channel. Thank you so much for tuning in to watch my channel. Anybody that's new, thank you so much for participating and subscribing. And it's my daily morning conversation for those who are kind of new in the Ice Age TV subscription. It's all about me taking the early morning and taking the cars and trucks, motorcycle theme, and taking a word and then turning that word into the state of times, what's going on around us in our world, trying to keep it not too radical to get me banned from YouTube, because you got to be careful on your views and not to irk everybody. So I just like to talk and share ideas and views and thoughts. I'm not the prophet, not the professor, and I'm not some gazillion billionaire millionaire guy. I'm just a crazy guy. And wow, what an incredible weekend. What an incredible beautiful Monday. It really is beautiful, but it's cold. You know, it's cool up here. So we really did get teased 2 weeks ago of it kind of being warm, but it's a typical Virginia, Maryland, DC area where you kind of get a little warm weather, and then it goes back to kind of being the cool, and the real warm weather doesn't really come here till like May, usually. So anyways, here we are. Watch my channel. You're probably totally abreast that I added yet another truck. Not another car, a truck. So how many trucks do I have? We got an F451, F-152, Ram 2500 3, 250, 4, Gladiator, 5, race truck, 6, TRX, 7, F450, 8. Where the hell's the 8, 9? The 9 trucks. Wait a second, did I say a Ram TRX? Is anybody paying attention to my channel? Did I finally pull it off, or what? I mean, did I finally pull off? Beyond believable that this, you just have no idea how this got approved on a fluke. On a fluke. Because the finance companies are just sick of me. There's just too much debt, too much stuff. They're just tired of having to share their money with me. Did you hear me? Banking companies are getting to the point they want to share their money with me to be able to buy another thing. It's challenging, more so than you realize. And you're hearing the word share, and I thought to myself, that would be the word of the day, because share is such a powerful word. I think some people would say love is a powerful word. It is. Hate is a powerful word. But I think share is maybe the most powerful word in the vocabulary. Possibly. And I'm sure some would say, yeah, right. All right, so here we are. I spent a lot of time yesterday getting the trailers unloaded to get all the bikes out, because all the bikes have been sitting since late last fall through the winter months. And I just thought it's time to turn the corner and get the bikes back out. The bikes need to be ridden. The bikes need to have their services or whatever it may be, tire pressures. But the biggest thing is we just need to ride them, because the worst thing you can do with any vehicle is let it sit forever and ever. Here's the dogs. And as always, it's time to get them up in the office. And let's see if Ginger's outsmarted the Kiefer boy, who Kiefer doesn't want to share Ginger because he wants to dominate her. There's a good thing. Ginger's getting a little smarter. So, oh my goodness gracious. And if you look at my collection of vehicles, look how clean the Gold Rush is. Look how clean the FTR is. Look how clean, oh, there's a bird poop on my frickin' car. I just can't beat the birds, can I? The birds are definitely not as bad yet as they usually are. But look how good and clean the Mustang Dark Horse is. And the shop, and like even outside, very concerning, to get all the bikes in. I've had to put other nice vehicles out. So I'm going to expect to have bird poop all over this. And you'll see the bird nesting. They're building their nests. You can see all the little, debris. They start bringing it in. See all these? These are barn birds. And you're just not going to beat those things in my environment. It's the pigeons. It's the pigeons that are the worst. Yeah, the birds want me to share. Come on, Pops, let's go. The birds want me to share my barn, and I don't want to do that. I really don't. So the Ram TRX, but here's the thing, the share word is just something I think is really intriguing to think about where we are in today's world of sharing. But anyways, the Mopar show Was it the Mopar show? One guy said, you should bring everybody to your house, and that's the car show. I'm like, you're about right. Come on, Keith. So, come on, Will. So, we took the Super Bee, because one of my subscribers said, take the Super Bee and the Ramcharger show, which that was really fun. We did do that. Come on, pups. Let's get upstairs. Come on, Will. And, yeah, it's tight in here, but I got a collection. But here's the thing. Everything's all cleaned up. Come on, Keeper. Got the birds wanting to live back there. It just doesn't end. Come on, get up there. Come on. Hey, Tang, don't you play that game? Not Tang was playing the game. Hey, I'm the boss. So anyways, I pulled out all the bikes. And the biggest thing is, hopefully, if my schedule accommodates it, we're going to go down to Tennessee. And for me going to Tennessee, this will be the first time for me in quite a long time. It's just been too challenging up north here to kind of take care of things. So it'll be pretty cool. The Breakout has a big old screw or nail in the back tire. So I'm going to take that to the dealership, have them pop it off and patch it. But the Harley CVOST, it's definitely got a battery problem. So the battery needs to be replaced. But you have to take the bike to the dealership, have them go over the bike. You'll have to make sure that the battery doesn't pass their standards. And that takes some time. I've already been through this down in Florida if you're watching my channel, because my other CVO, it was the same bike basically in so many ways, the newer model, it didn't have this problem if you're trying to start it. So I'm going to this, once again, I'm going to try to get this bike and the Breakout to dealership, hoping the next day or so, and have them work on the bikes and get them back to us. Because what are we taking to Tennessee? What are we going to share? What are we going to take down there? I mean, I only wish my daughter, she just isn't into this Honda Goldwing. She just really is not a fan of that. And so many people talk about, get her a Street Glide, get her a Road Glide. Yes, it would be pretty cool if we could find a nice Street Glide ST used with a very reasonable price, and she could probably have a Street Glide. But, she's very much content, very happy on the Lowrider ST. She actually is intrigued to drive the Indian Scout Bobber. As I share, I mean, that's the thing here. I'm an individual that shares my things. My daughter gets to kind of drive, for the most part, just about anything I have. My wife, she's not really into the cars and stuff, but she can drive wherever she wants. For many years, my brother has driven many of my different vehicles. My dad has, people work for me. I mean, so for many years, I've always have shared the vehicles and things like that. And one of my subscribers said, hey, be careful if anybody rides your motorcycles, you better get a waiver. I'm like, yeah, right, I agree. Good point, no doubt. If somebody say, hey, I'm an experienced rider, and I want to ride with your bikes, and we had a relationship that I felt good about, sure, you can ride the bike. But here's the kicker. You're going to have to sign a waiver that if you severely injure yourself or kill yourself, there's no recourse on me. Because I've said it many times that on this insurance, these bikes, it's basically more about the damage you do to somebody else, physically as far as vehicle damage or the motorcycle. For you personally, there's not really much any coverage per se that you're going to get out of a motorcycle accident. That's going to be all on your own personal insurance. Here's the Honda CB1000. This thing sounds just so badass. This is such a badass looking bike in my eyes. Such a cool bike. There's a CB650. One of my subscribers said, what happened to the Orange Fury, the Honda Fury? And I was like, the Banana Fury, I should say. Orange Fury is a Mustang I used to have years ago. That was the name of the color of the paint. But no, the Honda Fury, if I'm correct, I think I traded it for this. I got rid of the CB650, I think, to get the CB1000 or something like that. And I kind of regretted that. I think the CB650 is such a cool, rarer bike that I decided, hey, if I can just swap that from the Fury to that and things kind of stays the same, the monies, let's do that. And I'm pretty sure that's what I did. So, and that's, once again, it's I buy something back only in the end to get rid of it. And that's the whole Ram TRX thing. If you're watching the channel, you'll see that here, after all the Dodge Challenger Smoke Show wide body that I bought close to a year ago and then end up trading it for the Plum Crazy Super Bee, only to buy the Smoke Show back, only in the end to buy this. Which, in all reality, that didn't even really have to equate in the equation, as far as that was my daughter's name and this is in my name, so I really didn't have to give that up. But for me, I was more on the page of, there's just no way I'm adding another damn vehicle. There's just no way. I mean, I've already kind of done that in so many ways. The Camaro and the Corvette. So it's just like, no. So, and as I was telling the kid, is if you can get the smoke show, we had equity in that to be able to put money towards this deal, which helped a lot. I'm just not going to do it. There's just no way. It doesn't make any sense. So the kid really was hesitant to do this, because her feeling was, if you really watch my channel, and I'm at the dealership and I'm walking up to test drive this truck, at the last second, I thought, I've got a different angle on this. I think we got to make this more like, hey, this will be more like Julia's opportunity to have some fun with a really cool truck, because I love the Raptor R. But I'll tell you what, this is a nice truck. Don't get me wrong. Yeah, do I like this? I love this truck. And even though I've gone back and forth on it for the last 2 years. And so anyways, if you watch the channel, you'll see when I approach my daughter and I say, hey, let's let you drive this truck. And let's take a position that we're going to trade the Dodge Challenger Smoke Show for this. And it was funny, because you watch, she's just like, oh, no. She's like, this is just like the Super Bee. She's like, you told me if I was to give up my Dodge Challenger Smoke Show, then you would then let me drive the Super Bee. And she's like, no. So her message there was, you didn't share the Super Bee with me. So even though you told me if I gave up my car to get that, in the end, you took it away from me, so you didn't share it with me. So she was very hesitant on this idea of this truck letting me share this truck with her, because it isn't her name. I'm buying the truck for the most part. But so she was very hesitant on that. If you're watching the channel, you'll see that whole hesitancy. She was very hesitant. So she drove it, liked it, but she was still kind of just not totally sold that if I got it, I think deep down she felt like I wouldn't share this truck with her. I really do. And I think that's what goes on in life. It just takes a few times where somebody tells you something, they're going to share something with you or do something for you, and then they don't do it, and they renege on it, and then that just sticks in your head. Who hasn't had this happen? Who hasn't been told that the owner of a business is going to share the money and give you a raise, or the manager, or whatever it may be? And as an individual, then that never plays out. And then that distrust starts to set in. And you have that more of a negative feeling towards that person that said to you they're going to share something with you. This goes on all the time. So we'll talk about that more. But here's the thing with my daughter. So my daughter really she went on home. And so now it turned into, does this really make sense? Does it really make sense to even do it? And then the car gods set in when every financial institution said no. And we really came down to, it ain't going to happen. But I was like, nope, don't give up yet. So we kept on holding out. And at the last second, we got the deal bought, which was beyond believable. But then it turned into the phone call to my kid. And she was still on that page of, I don't know. And I'm like, you don't know. I mean, you should take advantage of this. This is a prime opportunity for you. So she came around, and now guess who's driving the truck? Now guess who absolutely loves this truck? And I'm so happy for her that she's come to closure that this is the better decision, and she's driving it. And that's the thing, like the Dodge Challenger, she just didn't drive that car. And don't get me wrong, her concern was that could be stolen so easily, and the list goes on and on and on. But the good news is, the Ram TRX, the deal finally came to be. And yes, am I going to share this car with her? Sure. She's already like, can I drive this to Tennessee? I'm like, yeah, if you want to. I've never even driven it. The question's going to be, is she going to share it with me? There goes the birds. See, the birds are all creating their nesting, so the bird crap, even the smoker, the birds are going to prevail, I guess. Just what a joke. I know, I'll put covers. I'll be putting plastic covers on my cars, that's for sure, because there's no doubt in my mind the guys are going to move in. Then when I go away for next weekend, these guys are going to have, 4 or 5 days to have their fun, because I won't be around. So I can guarantee when I come back, the share of the barn, them sharing the barn with me, is going to be very apparent. And yeah, so like I just said. So now the question is the kid going to share the truck with me? Yeah, right. Yeah, who doesn't know these stories? The bird twigs. Doesn't it just bug you? You have a really nice car. Don't you just hate it? I mean, I just don't want to share the bird's love. I mean, you just, I It's just, oh my gosh, it's just, what do you expect to live out in the country and live in a barn, right? It's the never challenge. But here's the thing. On the sharing is more than ever in our lifetime. I think that everybody here who listens to my channel would have to agree that the sharing, before I get to that, you know what's interesting? I changed up my coffee. And it does make me cough. So it's definitely, the coffee does have, the different brand coffees does irritate my throat to have me cough. So if you hear me cough, I changed up the damn coffee, which I need my coffee to get going. But we're on the Trackhawk thing now. I don't know. I mean, the Trackhawk thing, Jesus Christ. I don't know. My sales guy's jinked himself because he's already taken a proactive choice that Trackhawk is going to be mine, and he's put a sold sign on it. He's put it in the showroom. I'm like, you're jinxing yourself, man. Why are you doing this? You've done this before. It totally jinxes the deal. But I'm like, whatever, because he's still trying to get a deal done. Like, I don't know. We'll see. I'm not sure. So let's not focus on that, because let's focus more about the sharing on where we are in today's world. We are sharing information more than ever. And for mankind's existence. Even me. You have no idea how many years I just really didn't want to do a YouTube channel. And here I am. I mean, sincerely, even for me, I sometimes scratch my head and think, here I am, a guy that so resisted Facebook because I felt like Facebook would be a platform that would just monitor your whole life and would control your life and would sell your information. And how right was I about that? I mean, I never got on Facebook. I only got on Facebook here last year to help my dad watch church at home on a TV I bought him because the church that my father goes to, and we go to her down there, it caters to the Facebook to be able to do live sermons. So I created an account in my own name just to appease my father because he could stay at home and then watch on the big TV that I bought him that had the smart technology in it, the availability to watch the sermon. So, but I never wanted to be on Facebook. But even though now I've kind of transitioned a little bit more into it, I never wanted that because it exposes everything about who you are and your information is shared with everything. I just didn't like it. And even the point that I've said so many times on my channel, I never really wanted to be in the social public exposure. I just never really wanted to share with people how crazy I am on how I buy cars and trucks and motorcycles all the time. I mean, I just never wanted to share that. But I had people like, hey, man, you could probably make a decent YouTube channel out of doing that. Yeah, and now, if you kind of step backwards, and what have I done? Yeah, I've created a YouTube channel that revolves all around me buying and selling my cars and motorcycles and trucks, and people see it. But at the same time, I always had the feeling of sharing all this information would really turn a lot of people off. I really felt there'd be more of a negative connotation because it would be, look at me, I'm so special, I'm better than you, and that's what I don't want. I don't want any of that. And my wife and others have like, you buy this stuff to show off. I'm like, I don't do that. I buy it because I think it's really cool. That's the bottom line. I think this motorcycle looks badass. It's cool. I think this motorcycle here looks badass. It's cool. I mean, I think this Challenger over here looks badass. It's cool. It has nothing to do with me showing up and having to go show off these vehicles to somebody else. I mean, if that really was what it was all about, then you'd seen me have tons of videos of going to car shows and car meets and drag strips, to the beach, to public places where I'm doing all this, look at me on my motorcycle, and I'm dressed up in my special outfit, and all it is about me, and then do I talk to people? I just tell everybody about who I am. Oh, wait a second. Hey, damn, that kind of hit close to home, didn't it? But it'd be more about, oh, I got to go somewhere to show off my car and make sure everybody comes over and looks at it. And if they don't look at it, I'm not happy. No, I just like cars, trucks. I just like owning this stuff because it's really cool. I mean, this Triumph Rocket 3R, I mean, when I saw this thing, I wanted one. But at the same time, I felt like, would it really fit my style? The FTR, yeah, what's that all about? I hear you on that one. But anyways, and even the CB1000, I guess it's because I'm getting to age in life that I think, okay, I can ride these. But can I ride these 10 years from now? When I'm 71 years old, am I going to be riding a CB1000R? I mean, I don't know. Am I going to be riding a fully dressed bike? I don't know. Your body starts to change. All the dynamics of your body changes. But so the sharing, so yeah, for me, I'm a perfect example of a person that I share a lot of information, share a lot of content. And for me, I feel very fortunate because for the most part, my subscribers enjoy what I show to them, enjoy the conversations that I share. So that's a positive thing. And that's why I keep the channel going. But if I was really hearing more, of the backlash and the unhappiness, then I'd be like, you know what? This just isn't really meant to be. And I get that. So that's for me, my sharing of who I am. And, for my wife and others, they think I'm crazy. They think I'm nuts because I share too much information. But I'm like, yeah, whatever. I'm the point in age in life, whatever. Because here's the reality. All of us are sharing information unbeknownst to you. Anything you do on social media, anything you do, go anywhere, your information is being shared. We now know that more than ever. And for a lot of people, that's really irked a lot of people. But the cars, where we are in today's society, these cars, it's crazy on how these cars have turned into your spy. So these cars, more than ever, are now sharing everything about who you are, what you do, your lifestyle, because the car tracks everywhere you go. The car tracks how fast you go, how slow you go. The car tracks how much you use it. And this information is being shared with others that are using your data to try to figure out how, in so many ways, to control us. I mean, think about this. This generative pre-trained transformer, the Chat GPT, the OpenAI, the Grok, the list of all this new technology coming to us at the most fastest pace ever. What are you doing? You're sharing your information with a computer to try to teach it to make you more efficient, make you smarter. I mean, there's a lot of, in all reality, to make you meaner. There's a lot of bad, but the whole point is this artificial intelligence is gathering information that's being shared. And that's a huge challenge because the music people, the music industry, the movie industry, the journalism industry, they're really taking that. You're taking all of this information and you're sharing to these computers, and in so many ways, you're stealing proprietary information. So the sharing aspect, even on the artificial intelligence, we're still at such a young stage of this being created that, how does it start to play out as time, progresses? But it's all because of us humans are wanting to share every detail of everything we know and have into a computer to think and hope that the computer, in so many ways, is going to outsmart us to help us supposedly be better. But is the computer going to share everything it knows? Think this through. Stop and think. Will the computer become so smart that it doesn't share with you everything it knows? Ha! Look at that angle. But everybody else's angle is, the computer is going to give us all the answers. And don't get me wrong. I think this technology is a marvelous thing in so many ways because it is going to advance mankind's, hopefully, medical, cancer. There's so many things I think great things will come from it. But at the same time, I think that it's going to be just like anything else. It's cause and effect. So will the artificial intelligence really ever give you what you think it's going to give you when it's its own demon in its own way to create the demise of mankind through the sharing? You look at, what's the constant rhetoric in today's society is China. It's China stealing our information. China, you're sharing information. TikTok, what's the huge challenge right now with TikTok is that the concern is that the younger generation is being sucked into China, the CCP, because it's interacting with all this, everything they do in life, and China is gathering all this information. Look at the birds. You see the birds? It's nesting time. It's happening. So, my smoking idea, it's going to go right out the window. Yeah, look at them. So now see, they're all gathering their little twigs and everything else. They want me to share the barn with them. That's for damn sure. So, and this will last about 3 months. It'll be from now until like June. So the little baby birds, born, and you'll see the eggs fall on the ground. You'll see little baby birds laying in the garage dead. And so, anyways, that's interesting. My freaking back gate on my trailer truck is down, and I'm so lucky I didn't back into anything and damage that the other day. So the TikTok, it's all about sharing. It's a very very concerning of what China is gathering from this country's youth. And in some ways, the youth don't think it's a big deal, but in other ways, I think a lot of youth do think it's a big deal. How about that Ram Terror X? What do you think, huh? I mean, here's the thing. It's unbelievable that this truck now retails for $124,000. What is going on? It's, share the money, right? So, I mean, isn't this what it's all about in life? That you go out and you share the money? I mean, is that a huge challenge? Is that a huge challenge in life? The money factor, and especially when people have a lot of money. I mean, what's the biggest breakup in society? It's the money factor. It's how much you share or don't share. I mean, that's huge. It's in all aspects of our life. In marriage, it's a huge problem because one spouse will feel like you're sharing too much. If you look at my lifestyle, I'm sure many people just scratch their head. How do you even have a wife? I don't disagree. But at the same time, you look at the wealth of families, and you'll see the whole breakup of families because of the inheritance money. When somebody passes, the money there, it's a money grab. How's the money split up? I mean, the stories. I mean, you hear these stories all the time of how the will was written a certain way that shared the money more to one person than the other person, or didn't even share any of the money. Who hasn't heard these stories of very incredibly successful people in the world that end up giving all their money away to charities and donations, and the kids are kicked to the curb? Who hasn't heard these stories where the sharing of the wealth? But what's so sad about that is people don't forget that it was others that shared their monies with that person to make them successful. And I don't know why people kind of lose that type of thought process, but anybody that's gathered lots of money, it's because people shared their monies to make you rich. Look at Jeff Bezos. How did he become so rich? Well, it's because their brother goes on to Amazon, orders something over the internet to have delivered to their house. So people are sharing their own wealth or their own incomes, monies, with the Jeff Bezos Foundation, and he's enriched himself to billions and billions of dollars, and that's because others shared their hard-earned money to buy things from him, which little by little has made him richer and richer. Look at Elon Musk. Same thing. How did Elon Musk become so rich? Well, in the beginning, he became, he got his business going off of the sharing of the taxes of the American people. The tax base that Barack Obama decided to use to gift him money to create the electric vehicle was, what was the amount of money? $800 million, $1 billion? I can't remember. But once again, it was the sharing of the taxpayers, this country, that created Elon Musk's true beginnings to start Tesla. Because of us individuals that contribute the taxes into the big government-based system that then turn around and the government decides how to share that money, which that's a huge topic that could get very controversial. It could become a red flag on my channel probably, because I'm sure there are so many people right now that feel the way the tax money is being collected in this country from the hardworking citizens of this country, and how these politicians and the government is deciding to disperse these tax monies is beyond believable. I'm sure somebody here on the channel, I'm sure there's some here that respond to my comments that would have the comments removed on my channel today for just talking about that in any great depth. It's so maddening, right? And I hear you. I know that. But it's one of those things where it's sharing information. So once you kind of mouth off, you've shared your view of what you think is right versus wrong, and somebody else doesn't like the way you share that information, they zip your mouth up. That's the biggest complaint in social media platforms. That's why everybody goes after Elon Musk, because he supposedly has made X the so-called freedom of speech, but as many will tell you, to a degree. Yeah, it's to a degree. There's definitely a lot of stuff exposed on there, but at the same time, you start sharing all your really views, and it doesn't really line up with the line X, X, or it can be any social platform. Your sharing gets shut down very quickly. The dogs upstairs are having a party. Yeah, I hate to even know what's going on up there because it's a party up there. So I'm gonna get upstairs because it's a cool morning, and I got a little late start because this is work. If you really watch my channel and you see what goes on to have this type of stuff and what I do, and once again, how much of my wealth do I share? Yeah, where's my wealth? Yeah, I have wealth, but in so many ways I don't have wealth because it's all tied up in making payments, which I'm not here to cry the blues. And for me, it's not forever. Do I really have this amount of motorcycles, in my shop? It's just no, it won't last forever. Am I having a lot of fun right now? I am. But will it last forever? I can't see how it could. At some point, I'll just say, yeah, I've had my day, I've had fun, and it's time to move on and have fun in other aspects of life as you progress. Hey, Pops, what you doing there, huh? And, oh, there we go. See there? What did he just obliterate? It just doesn't end. It doesn't end, man. If that dog isn't eating something, if he's not eating something, and I'm scared. Oh, he ate the little cross bag. Oh, well. Yeah, he just, wild dog, isn't he? Yeah. Hey, stop it! You guys, go lay down. It just doesn't end. Who's the most dominant? Who's the most dominant? He wants to share, right? Hey, come on, get away. Get away, move away. Come on, move it. Move it. Yeah, what does Keefy want to do? He wants to share. That's all he wants to do. He wants to share his craziness with other dogs. Other dogs are like, I don't want to participate. Didn't you know that? Yeah. Yeah, ain't that the thing? And that sometimes we're your friend, your spouse, your family. They want to share all their fun time of something that you want nothing to do with. Yeah. You know how many times I've asked my wife to go on a motorcycle ride or do this. There isn't anything against my wife, and her attitude is nope. I'll pass on that. So the sharing. I'm not gonna watch TV for distractions, right? So the sharing in modern day society, is it in so many ways? Is it in so many ways creating the demise of you? In so many ways, because all of us are out here kind of talking, sharing our views, and then we know, then it divides us. So it divides us. Right now, the divisions of the sharing of views and ideas is, and I don't think it's really, in life, politics, religion, all that stuff, it's nothing really per se new, but I think it's more blown up because you can see so much content and information so easily now. If you're watching anything that's going on in the world right now, if you watch the news and you see what's going on, you're like, yeah, wow. Yeah, wow, right? It's pretty sad what's going on, and it's very concerning because I think many people here feel like our country has always been known to be, in so many ways, open arms for people to come to our country and have an opportunity to hopefully be better. And I don't think anybody here has anything against that idea, but I think most here will agree that the proper procedures and ways on how that to happen should be addressed in a better way. And so for all of us here sharing, I think that more people than ever would have to agree that the sharing is getting lopsided more than ever in this country. It really is disturbing. And what's the thing? Again, it's easy for the media machine to present things one way versus the other way, but it just seems like what we're witnessing more than ever around us, it just seems like the sharing has changed. And I think that there's many people that will all agree that when you have really good success or you have really, you want to help others. I think most people in life want to help others. I think most people that have money want to contribute, contributions, charities. I think that the majority of good people want to help others, but I think we're getting to a point in life that we're maybe on a fine line if all the sharing is doing a disservice to those for their future. And that's a very challenging thing. That's a very hard thing. Have you ever noticed that the very wealthy people, successful people, usually have kids that aren't usually the same? I mean, it's a running joke that daddy makes all the money and the son spends all of it. I mean, that's nothing new. People know that. That's a huge challenge in having great wealth of keeping the children and the family very well disciplined on still to be good people to society. But we witness all the time of all those that seem to be very successful in whatever they've done, and the wealth follows them. It seems like the one next to them, or the one that they brought into this world, isn't so much the same way. They're like the opposite. I mean, very bad. So I think more than ever that we right now have a division in this country more than ever that feels like it's a lopsided sharing of how we're sharing the money of this country and how it should be handled. And in so many ways, like I say, I think that the sharing is really creating the demise of the country more than the greatness of the country. And we all know it gets kind of really into deep in the going. I'm not going down a rabbit hole, forget it. But anyways, I'm going to kind of leave it at that. Not make it as long as I usually do. A little shorter for you. And yeah, I've already got text messages coming in and buy the Trackhawk and blah, blah, blah. And I don't know. I don't know. We're just kind of not there yet. And that car has so many high miles. So I don't know. It's just, I'm the type of person I kind of figure something out and I want it. Then I work very hard to get it. And that's the thing with Ram TRX. If you're really watching my channel, even though in some ways I kind of kicked it to the curb, but in other ways I never gave up. So here it is. That's the danger of me. It's like I get fixated on something, I want something, and oh my gosh. And so the Corvette Carvana thing, if anybody's watching my channel, Corvette on the dashboard, when you go and log into your account, they have a whole system set up for they know cars get damaged. So I've already gone in, made a claim. They're not contesting it. They're more than happy for me to take the car to a repair center and get the front splitter fixed. Somebody on my channel that's wondering what happened to the front splitter. Yeah, I finally submitted a report on Saturday because I came to closure to keep the car. And so the car now is, I can choose one of many locations to have the front splitter replaced at their expense. So that's what we're going to do. And when does that happen? I don't know. I get too much of my agenda. Now, me going out of town to Tennessee, that changes the whole work week and puts me a lot more under the gun of getting a lot of other things done to get out of here. So, as always, thanks so much for watching my channel. And share the channel. Share the channel. I mean, just hopefully the channel radiates more fun in life. And when you watch my channel, you feel good about yourself versus there's just so many YouTubers out there. You watch this stuff. How do you feel good? I mean, do you want to share the love of life or do you want to share the hate of life? I really think that's kind of where we are in this society is when, what are you sharing? Well, I mean, sincerely, what are you sharing when you get out of bed every day? What is your attitude? What is your energy? Well, I mean, who are you? I mean, are you going around and trying to be compassionate to others? Or are you going around grumbling your breath and being pissed off all day long? And I mean, that's really bad for your health. So as always, it's very nice of everybody to watch my channel. No, come on, Kiefer, you're destroying everything out here again. And he's taking stuff that, Kiefer! It's just incredible. So anyways, hey everybody, God bless, have a great day, and stay tuned for more adventures.